Hey guys, sup, right here for the TheYugiohCouncil, just adjusting the camera. Now, it is May 8th when I film this. Lack of Ragna 0 is because it has yet to been fully released. I'll talk about the spot that it takes for the extra deck, so that way you're kept up to date. I don't have to, make another deck profile on this next week, not so that way, because I will have my Ragna 0. The other thing is, I'm not going to be uploading as much. I'm still going to be uploading, because I have a severe concussion and I'm being monitored on that. So I'm trying to take care of myself a little bit better. So I'm going to try to do at least a video a day for you guys. I cannot promise 2 videos. I cannot promise that they'll come out on time. I cannot promise things like that for about a week or 2, possibly even a month. I don't really know. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, but thank you guys for caring. Alright, so let's go straight into the anti-meta deck profile. That's what you guys really came for. The 2 Cyber Dragons. These are probably, well, one of my favorite cards in the entire deck because it gives you a 2100 beat stick, and besides the 2100 beat stick, it gives you an out to gear. And when they have that whole field set up, you just go, bloop, you ain't getting it. I'll suck up your machines, and it just also helps, against things that are a little bit bigger for the deck that don't, those times you don't have lands. The 1 Evil Storm Thunderbird, Super Trap, Super Trap heavy decks and 2 Kaikus. I just like single tech Thunderbird because it just originally I wasn't playing him, and then I just said screw it, I'm gonna play him because he just dodges Torrential Tribute or Dark Hole, things that you want to activate, so you constantly have a monster on board. It's okay to take some damage. 2 Kaiku is pretty standard. I'm playing 1 Thunder King. I hate when people search. I'm just saying it because, especially playing anti-meta, you don't want them doing nothing. 2 Murillo, because Murillo just allows you to search out pretty much 1 of 3 trap cards in the entire deck, hence why we're playing 2 to 3 ratio. I feel that's the best ratio to play. I wanted to play 3 to 5 ratio, which means I was going to play Void Trap Hole, which we're going to talk about on Tech Tuesday. The problem with Void Trap Hole and fitting it in is that there's so many good cards already to run that there wasn't enough room. I mean, you already got Black Horn, so it's kind of pushing it with Void. It's just, 3 Murillo alone were kind of okay, I'm going to get cloggy hands, and I don't want cloggy hands. So I cut down to 2, and I cut 2 of the, well, obviously I cut the Void Trap Holes out, but Murillo's just so good still. 2 Fossadina. I was playing 3 just because the meta is so much special summoning right now. But because of certain matchups, I dropped it down to 2, and I am so playing this at 3, no question. Banisher of the Radiance, take out the Medulces, take out Rogue Dark Worlds, take out Artifacts, take out Scraps, take out pretty much everything you could throw at it that you would even consider a Tier 1 or Tier 2. This deck is going to handle it. And this is one of the best, if not the best card in the entire deck to basically handle that. There's 5 cards that banish on their own, which is Banisher of the Radiance, Macros Cosmos, Dimensional Fissure. And then you have the Kaikus that also help with the graveyard management for your opponent. So if they're playing something, I guess, like Chaos Dragons or Dragon Rulers, you say, no banish, no, you can't do that. And it just, it's a really good feeling controlling the game. Not to sound that way when, the meta is just so stupid. No disrespect to anyone who's playing it. 3 Pod Duality, 3 MST, double Lance, 1 Dark Hole. That's it for the spell lineup. I actually like that spell lineup a lot. I wanted to play triple Lance, but you don't know, if you don't know, I've been talking about him so much, it sounds so weird when I say that, is the guy who was the inspiration to a little more meta stuff to the channel and Tech Tuesday is Alex, was always talking about it, he just talked about this while we were at KT, and it's you know what, eventually I'm going to buy it and just put it into something, and this is where it fit into, which was anti-meta. Now, for those of you who didn't see the Tech Tuesday, or don't know what this card is, when a monster your opponent controls that was special summoned by this turn, that activates the effect, negate the effect, and if you do, destroy that card. So Murillo can search out these or the obvious bottomless trap hole. So you summon, you get the search, you set it, and they're like, you know what, I'm not going to MST that because I got to MST that Macros Cosmos. That Macros Cosmos is going to hurt me more. So she's still on the board. They're going to go Pallades, and you're just going to go, Pallades effect, and you flip this up, and you're screw your Pallades, screw your blue artifact whose name I can't remember the TCG version of, but it just, it's such a good card, especially for anti-meta. Well, anti-meta stun. 2 Trap Tricks, Nightmare Hole, 1 Macros Cosmos, 2 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, double double Black Horn of Heaven. I love this card. When they play Soul Charge, I say, sure, play your Soul Charge, right? When they go for the Obvious Exceed or the Synchro Summon or the... I think those are the only two they're really going to go for, right? Then I'm going to flip up the Black Horn and they're going to be like, son of a bitch. I'm not going to, like, you know, stop your... I'm not going to warning your Soul Charge. I'm going to let you overcommit. And now I'm going to hit your Exceeds that really do matter because then I take out threats. I'm running 2 Trap Stun. I was running... I have it in front of me. I was running Wiretap on Dev Pro. I have the build right in front of me. And the reason I cut out Wiretap is because of the artifact matchup. Because they'll, like, draw it again. And I was like, you know what, that's kind of a pain. I mean, Wiretap, you know, this slot here comes down to your preference, whether Wiretap or Trap Stun. Do not use 7 tools. Just do not. Trap Stun, it's so good because it just stops everything. It's like, okay, I could safely bring out my Banisher of the Radiance. Like, if I'm playing Mirror Match anti-meta, which doesn't happen too often, but I'm, like, super paranoid about it, I'm glad I'm running 2 Trap Stun. Simple as that. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless searched out by Murillo, too good. 2 Deep Prison for slower decks. You know, just for them slower decks. 2 Fiendish, those should be breakthrough, but again, it's just like preference. I don't want them attacking into my Banisher. Because, like, if I have Banisher, I'm protecting with that. I'm not really going to be all that concerned that they're going to get out Pleiades. I have Trap Tricks Nightmare Hole, which is searchable, so I have more ways of getting it. And the one Solemn Warning side's here. That is a big, huge trap lineup, which you're not normally used to seeing Ryu do on the Council. That's pretty obvious, but hey. 1 Chimera Tech, that Yu-Gi-Oh deck. That 101, Extinction Knight, Direwolf. Direwolf's just good spot removal. You can play 2 101 if you want to play 2 101. You can play 2 Extinction Knight, you want to play 2 Extinction Knight. I don't really use the extra deck that often, besides like this for certain matchups, or Abyss Dweller. So, outside of those, and I was talking about Ragna 0 too, I'm going to get to that in a minute. But, outside of those, it's like, I don't really need 2 101s, I need more diversity, that's just how I do things. So, Gaga Cowboy, Black Ship, number 82. This thing's actually pretty good, because basically if your opponent's at like 2,000 light points and you're playing against Lightsworn, you have just, I know it's a little bit random, you have the Dimensional Fissure on board, you just attack for that 2,000, just end the game, or lower their life points so they can't nuke you. The 1 Maelstrom, really freaking good. This is like MVP of the extra deck next to this here, the Photon. Abyss Dweller, those are pretty obvious, right? And then I'm running Stillsworn Roach, I'm running Utopia, but besides running Utopia, and this is like, it's this one or the other one I'm deciding where Ragna 0 will actually fit in. I'm running Utopia Ray, and there's a reason why, and Gem Knight Pearl, and Crazy Box. Crazy Box is because I normally slide in Skill Drain with a deck like this. Gem Knight Pearl would probably be Ragna 0, but the reason for Chaos 39 is not for 39's effect. Never really going to get down to that. It's just not. The point is, if you go into Utopia, and you get down to that last material, you want to keep it on board, you know, you're protecting Banisher of the Radiance, then you overlay it to keep it on board, so at least you have a 2500 beat stick in this situation. Now normally I don't do things like this in my extra deck, but because it's anti-meta and you get a little more breathing room, like I said before, you could just swap this out for a 101 and swap that out for Ragna 0 and be happy with it. But right now I'm really enjoying the extra deck a lot. I mean, you know, I could just like overlay it to that and I'm happy, but this is kind of one of those like random spots that I just had the extra room for. But again, I'm going to repeat myself again. Either Chaos 39 Utopia Ray or Gem Knight Pearl should be a Ragna 0, but because the set is not fully released at the time of filming, I could not put it in. And we didn't pull none out of the sneak peeks that we got early. So, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more, because we upload daily, at least daily. Or we try to. Some nights we can't promise you we will, but most of the time we do. Help us reach that 3,000 mark and help us grow, like always. Because by the time we upload this, we'll still be under 3,000, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I like where I am. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below, and I will catch you next video. As always, I'm Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Thank you for watching. Peace.